All right, so this is probably one of the first TikTok videos I'm gonna make, and it's probably gonna be a series. Like that's what I plan it to be at the end. So it's gonna be the secret to scaling on TikTok, and it's not the first one. At least this one isn't going to be like a tactical video. I'll probably make a tactical video and post it soon, but this video is intended on helping you understand the sunny and dark side of TikTok and the basics of what you need to know in order to really scale to 40,000 a day there profitably. So, and this is what I do right now. I'm one of the biggest advertisers on TikTok, at least in the Middle East. And I do it by combining a few things. So lots of people who are coming from Facebook and Google, and they're taking what they learned, and I'll probably make a different video regarding that, but they're taking what they learned from Facebook and Google and trying to implement it into TikTok. And I'm talking about the strategies, the campaign structures and stuff like that, but I'm also talking about the fact that they know that they could scale one campaign into 20, 30, 40,000 a day, and it's I'm not saying it's not an option, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's going to be much harder on TikTok. So unless you really have all of the stars aligned for you, the easier method would be trying to open up a bunch of offers, multiple geos, or one offer that is running on multiple geos and stuff like that. While also, of course, having the right tools and people to help you do that, meaning set up campaigns, duplicating, pausing campaigns, getting the creatives pumped, because TikTok really burns through creatives like crazy. Again, it's not impossible to run one offer, it's just much easier and much more stable if you just run a bunch of offers, and that way you can reach a higher ad spend. So I want to talk a bit about TikTok's audience. So TikTok's audience is much different than anything else, and you see it with the metrics, you see it with just like everything. So and there are also many theories behind it. So one of my favorite ones is that the audience there is just like not familiar with Facebook, and it got scammed a lot less than the people who got scammed on Facebook and stuff like that. So they don't know about the drop shipping stuff, or they are the ones who've done it, so they're much more educated. So you get a bigger research and discovery loop, meaning they would search it, and that's why I think that TikTok has the biggest opportunity out of everything. I used to say that about native, I used to say that about YouTube, but from like 4 big brands that I've tested, TikTok had the biggest halo effect when it came to uplift on Google search and an uplift on Amazon. And I'm gonna do like probably a video or like a presentation about that. So that's one. And this is, I'm talking after spending millions on at least 50 different types of offers, from lead gen to e-com, multiple geos. The audience there just loves researching. They want to make sure that they buy from something that's like stable, that they're actually gonna get the product. They want to check reviews and stuff like that. So that's a part of it. If you have an Amazon product, or if you're running a Google campaign, sometimes that's going to help you scale. Like if you're completely certain you're using like a third-party tool that helps you get a 360 attribution view, so you're going to be able to see that you're going to get like a big uplift. So that's one thing regarding the audience. The second thing is that I learned that in general, my experience was that the AOV, especially during sale time, holiday time, whenever there's like a big lift in conversion rates, the AOV there is much higher than anything else, especially Facebook. So like I'm talking about like 30% more. And the platform always changes, like it really changes rapidly. There are 2 big changes that are going down there now. The first one is TikTok Shops. That's very big. They really have a very good algorithm when it comes to making you buy stuff. So that's one thing. The other part is that even though that TikTok invented the reels and all of that kind of like videos that we know that Instagram, Meta, and Facebook, and also YouTube copied into shorts and reels that we know nowadays, where it's like a fast scrolling type of thing, they're moving away from it. They're moving into long form videos. There is a large debate right now that's going down on the internet when it comes down to how creators are looking at that shift that TikTok is doing. And TikTok, they came in for the short form type of video, and now they either have to shift or they're going to be taken over by other creators. So there are also lots of issues with the platform compared to Google, Facebook, and I'm going to talk about some of the dark side and some of the more positive or sunny side that there is. So the first of all, when approaching this as an advertiser, I gotta say that this is a consensus. Their policy is the hardest one out of the bunch. It's so hard, and I'm gonna give you just like an example. If you're running the internal lead form that's inside, the ad platform, you're not sending anyone into a landing page. You're just going to promote your own kind of like internal lead form. You would have in the last piece of that form, you're gonna have the thank you thing, and it's gonna allow you to send, or even force you to send the user into like a link. If that link is not compliant, meaning it's promoting something that's not supposed to be promoted by the advertising policies in general, or it's something that is for example, a website that is requiring the user to log in, like you're sending that person into Facebook, that's gonna get rejected if it's reviewed. Lots of times nothing like that gets reviewed, but if it gets reviewed and if like a human being is going to go over it, they're actually going to follow up with everything. So that's one. Second thing, it's harder to get campaigns going there. So with Facebook, it's very easy to duplicate, boom, boom, boom. You get lots of campaigns going. You can A/B test a bunch of stuff. With TikTok, it takes more time. Unless you have a third-party tool, it's going to take more time to duplicate the campaigns. The UI there is much more premature than anything else. And that ties back into the third point, which is the fact that it's still a baby platform. It's almost like beta. So the algo changes every day. The platform really suffers from price fluctuations. You'd get like a very low CPA one day, and then the other day you're gonna get no conversions at all. You need to make sure that you really feed that campaign lots of conversions. Treat it as if it's a native campaign, but even more. Okay, so it looks like Facebook, it's a social network, it has much more data points, but you still gotta feed it a lot of conversions. And I mean, like with YouTube and Facebook, you could get by if you have some ad fatigue in there. It's going to be extremely hard, and it's gonna burn right away. The platform burns through creatives. You're gonna have to keep pumping more iterations, keep making edits, and it's going to be a constant work when it comes to it. But I'm gonna finish with a bunch of points where it's like the sunny side of TikTok right now. So the first one would be the fact that many players or advertisers and affiliates are not there yet. So there is a lot more space, and it's less saturated than anything else. The second thing is that if you manage to dial in the creatives and the offer into the grayish zone, then you're golden. That campaign is going to print money. Third point is, just like I said, the AOV is high, lead quality is high, you get emails, the email quality is higher, way less bots. Also, if your product is wide ranged, and it also appeals to younger audience, then you have like an ocean of traffic. And unlike Facebook, if you're managed there, you actually have someone to talk to. So I'm gonna talk about some other stuff in the next videos when it comes to scaling secrets on TikTok and stuff like that. I'm gonna go into more tactical stuff, so make sure that you watch the next video.